My name's Finn. I've been training for over 6 years now and I've done very well. I look the best I ever have, strongest I've ever been. All around mentally just feeling great about myself. Taught me a lot about life. So after 6 years of training, I think it's time to pass my knowledge and wisdom on to someone else. So, will you introduce yourself? The awkward slow walk.
Hey, I forgot what I was going to say.
You see what I mean? This is my best mate Rahat. We've done so much together. We grew up in school, college together. We've travelled the world. We've been on road trips. Done so much together and just accomplished so much together. What made you come here today?
This time about 11 months ago, quite unhappy with the way I was, my physique, my discipline. Like in a sedentary job, sat down for 8 hours a day, didn't feel fit, I didn't feel happy.
You weren't eating as well.
I wasn't eating very well. At some point I felt like I just needed a change.
When you started, you were at a weight of 73 kilos. Not a bad weight for your height. Your physique didn't look bad when you started, but we knew we could push you in such a better direction. What were your goals when you started lifting?
I would say my main goals were just to improve my physique and fitness and get stronger, but also feel confident in my skin.
Become more disciplined, I'd say. We thought a 3-day full body split would be ideal for you. What were the first few sessions like for you when you started?
Yeah, I mean, I've never really trained to that extent before in the gym, so after those first few sessions, my body was battered. After the first 2 or 3 weeks, that's when the soreness finally started to pass. The biggest change for me in terms of diet was not only the increase in protein, but actually having to monitor what I was eating. I definitely noticed that my strength was improving.
Yeah.
My family and friends even started to notice, asking me, if I'd been working out, which surprised me, if anything.
There's one thing I want to talk to you with the parking ticket thing. Those paper tickets, the parking ticket things. For 3 weeks straight, I put like parking ticket things everywhere he went. It's a joke. It's not real. It's in there. Like, why is it just yours with a ticket?
Yeah, exactly. What do I get that
for? He's gonna leave me again, isn't he? I'm just at his workplace now. I've got to be careful now because if he asks work for CCTV, he's gonna see there's me. Fucking hilarious. It's so funny, mate. You can't even tell it's me still. I'm still getting away with it.
Someone's fucking me about, but like, it's basically like these 2 pieces of paper where it says like penalty charge, do not ignore it.
It looks like a parking ticket, mate.
It's not.
Why would you get
one? I got one in my house, one I got one at work. It's like, why would there be 2 of them on the same thing? You genuinely made me consider installing a dash cam. I was on the verge of installing a dash cam because I couldn't figure out where they were coming from, because I'll go to work and then I come home, I'll come to my car, work, spoke to my manager, and then it turns out you absolutely
hit the 3-month mark and you were bigger. You were definitely bigger. About 3 months in now. 77.3, gee.
Definitely felt a lot stronger coming into sort of the later months.
Your leg strength was mental. Your hack squat and obviously your squatting just came out of nowhere.
I had definitely put on some size by that point.
Yeah. You were eating a little bit more as well.
The fact that I was having more protein, so I was more satiated throughout the day, and I was also eating a lot more whole foods. What was funny though is just like I had my whey protein, but then I also had protein shakes which I would buy en masse, and I'll buy like 16 at a time.
I got videos of it, buy the whole shop out. I'm like, mate, just save some for the rest, you greedy fuck. We get to autumn. What happened?
So I've noticed that my strength was absolutely flying up. Bench, my leg press, everything was just increasing. But at the same time, I just felt sluggish. I felt slow. I felt my clothes were getting quite tight by this point, quite uncomfortable.
So at this point, you were at your peak. You were 84 kilos.
84, yeah.
84. Seeing like the amount of mass on you, you were like getting so much bigger. A bit here and there, a bit of cheeky meals. Like like a few cheeky meals out, a few pizzas here and there.
At the end of the day, I felt big in clothes, and I felt strong, and it was nice to wear a jacket and feel big while wearing a jacket and wearing sweaters and things like that. But at the same time, cardio was non-existent.
Well, we do boxing. We'd spar quite often, and I noticed as well, sparring in the early days, you'd be springy on your feet, just this big mass monster, like fairly jog on the spot for a minute, and then there was one spot that you just collapsed out of just pure exhaustion.
I was starting to really not enjoy it by that point.
Your strength as well, like on that topic.
Incredible,
Everything else, your shoulders, you were looking so much more fuller with the physique shots. I remember one session though, you were training biceps. I know it's like stretch marks on your thing, but you didn't think they were stretch marks. You didn't know what the stretch marks kind of were because you hadn't like had them before.
I've never had them.
Yeah. So when like obviously you noticed, you thought they were cuts. You thought you hurt yourself.
I thought I'd like torn like a muscle or something, but I didn't have any pains.
Your obviously body was making new muscle, so it had to obviously stretch out. The body just didn't like being that big, basically.
Yeah.
You knew this was coming. The extreme mini cuts. At this point, obviously December time, we were obviously planning the cut. You were hanging around maintenance, but at this point you lost a tiny bit of weight. You were 81 kilos, I'd say.
Just about, yeah.
At this point, like your body just was not liking being at this state, and we knew the cut was going to be coming around the corner at some point. How did you feel about getting on this cut?
By the end of the bulk, I was 100% ready to get on the cut.
Start of the cut, the first few weeks, we noticed obviously we had to increase your cardio. Your cardio was like something that we needed to do every day. There's a deficit. We obviously dropped your calories massively at the start. Cardio increase, we got you on a deficit. How did you feel on the first few weeks of the cut?
The first couple of weeks, I felt really good actually. Decreased calories definitely helped. I did notice that my fitness definitely improved. I started being able to run for longer.
Springer, yeah, just more
on my feet. I felt lighter, and yeah.
We had the same diet, the same routine, the same foods every day. We weighed them out. It was very meticulous. We knew this was going to be a tough road later on. Obviously, later on, we knew that coming. Month was a breeze. You were obviously losing weight. You started at 80.1. Month 2 was when it got a bit harder. Your weight had gone down to 75.8. You'd lost 4 to 5 kilos in a month.
I definitely noticed by this point that the
so this was Feb time, by the way. So February.
This was from February onwards. The after effects of the bulk had started to wear off. Starting to get cravings for food. My strength still going up in some places, but was starting to definitely plateau in others. My fitness was so much better. My cardio was so much better. I was able to
holding your own in boxing a bit
hold
easier.
my own in boxing, last longer in boxing.
Felt quite agitated.
I guess it just came down to because I was eating so little, I just didn't really have the energy to deal with anything extra that I was already dealing with.
Just little things would start to tick you over a bit in terms of like you weren't sleeping great at this point either.
My energy levels were very low. I was quite demotivated some days.
At the end of Feb, you were 72.5. Like your weight had dropped massively. Wake up and have a protein shake. And then you wouldn't eat until like 6 o'clock in the evening. Like that is rubbish. Like it was going to be a tough phase. And obviously it was showing. We got to month 3, March time. This is now. Obviously we knew we had a couple of weeks left of the cut. Your weight was 71 kilos. You basically lost 10 kilos in 10 weeks. Exactly. We lost a kilo a week, which was amazing. We still had a bit to go though. You were very flat. You were very tight. I could see it in your eyes when you were training. Like you just had nothing in the tank, no energy.
Like you said, I felt so fragile. Like some of my lifts, I felt like if I went too heavy, you know, I would seriously injure myself. My energy was so low. That's all I had left in me for that.
You had nothing in the tank at this point. I think as well, you were looking leaner. Like, I remember looking at footage of you. Obviously, when we got shots, you were so much leaner, but you couldn't appreciate it at all.
Pushing myself for those last couple of weeks, just sticking it out. I could really last much longer at that point. Thankfully, my weight really started to just go down by this point. You know, I probably looked my best, but I definitely felt my worst by that point throughout this entire journey.
At this point, you were 69.2 kilos. 69.2. You haven't been that low since your school days, probably, or like your college
15,
days.
16 years old. By that point, I genuinely didn't feel like I had much left in me. Waking up every morning with migraines.
Low state, trying to look your best, but you feel like your absolute worst. It's just not a way to live. But we knew this was going to lead to something later on, and obviously at this point you were pretty much a year in.
Just about.
So at the end of your cut, should we roll the tape?
Let's do it.
Look in the best shape of your life.
I just feel so much more confident.
As anything, your abs were sticking out, your chest was out, you had new muscle on your back and your shoulders, and your back was like scarily bigger. Like it's amazing how much progress you made on this cut. Like the whole shape of your physique and your strength has just completely changed.
From when I started up until this point, like it's a dramatic difference. Like I can definitely notice that, and honestly, like I'm so happy with how this journey has gone.
First bit of food.
First slice of pizza.
First slice of pizza.
Down the hatch.
So thanks guys for watching this video. Sorry about the camera situation. The battery died as soon as we finished. We got it all charged up now. We're in gym gear. We just trained. Any last words you'd like to say to people before we go?
From what you've seen from this video, this is what I was able to achieve in a year, doing the split, dedicating myself to this. So, you know, if this is something that you would like for yourself, I 100% recommend to give it a try, and that's it really.
Thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you around. I'm sure he'll see you around at some point. Take care.
See you later, guys.